This is day 1211 of the Arukh HaShulchan. If you'd like to sponsor our company, share more of the Arukh HaShulchan, please contact me directly. Be really appreciated. Today we're doing Simon Kupe Gimel. You're there. Simon Siv Chav Beis Chav Tes. Okay, so we're still talking about the Rambam about the 7 and 11. Let's preface two prefaces here. Chaz Kvar Yushu was that one of the people before me says Arukh have already sensed this. The Chavas last part is morning. They pasak about the amazing basa ain't a kavas vessels. No such thing as a setting a nido cycle during days of during days of ziva. No, but he says, oh, that's not all 11 days. Those are days of ziva right immediately after days of nida. She saw dam nida when she saw dam nida. I was somebody may nida. She lost about dam nida, but it's right. It's even next to the nida, but she didn't see the dam nida. Kabas vessels. She can then cite a cycle in ziva days. Evidently writes this explicitly. She recites any shel kabas lebesim talking many dasa sheras abayim. She doesn't make a. She doesn't start establish a cycle during the days of nida when she saw in them. Also, she doesn't set a cycle during the days of ziva sheni aviyom, which are 11 days. But she does set a vested in days of nida where she hadn't previously seen. In other words, if you start nida and then you're seeing on day 4, and the following month you also see on day 4, right? But the first month it was day 4 and you start on day 1. Next month it's day 4, but you didn't start on day 1. You can't be called vested, right? It has to be. Well, actually, that one would be. You can't be going basis with the first one, right? Because it's made within the made area which you saw. Second one, you can start from there because it started on day 4. But the first one, when it started on day 1 and you're still seeing day 4, that doesn't determine the basis. That which she says you don't say the basis during the days of Ziva. There's days of Ziva after days of Nida. But she saw, in other words, if she sees 5 days, then she stops 2 days, and then she sees another day. We don't say that that's a Ziva day, even though it's a day 8, because it's after she saw Nida that month. Okay, it's going to what it says previously. But she didn't see Nida that month. Go by as she can determine the established cycle during the days of Ziva. Based on whatever reckoning we have. Even though many people do not understand the Rambam in that way, Hemes eight lots mo. This is the truth. It testifies on itself. We shall explain. I'm going to bring clear evidence of this. The Gemara pleading Rabbi Yochanan Reish Lakish. Rabbi Yochanan Reish Lakish argued. Reish Lakish to be like Kavas says he mezi vasa. She can establish a cycle during days of Siva. V'lomi dei nidasa, not during days of Nida. They don't say the guy made nidasa Kavas. Also during days of Nida, she establishes a cycle. I'm jump. Frame for it. It's clear, explicit. Yosa ain't Kavas vesim he made nidasa. He be mezi vasa. She doesn't have any. She doesn't establish a cycle more during the days of Nida than the days of Siva. The Kemen Ram Pasak to be Yami really lead the Nida Kavas Veses. And since the Ram Pasak in the days that she can see Nida, she does establish a cycle. Koshken, the Kavas really Ziva. She certainly establishes a Veses on days that are suitable as Ziva. Ksharasa the Nida Mikodem. I'm sorry, when she didn't see Nida previously. Masha Kavas Yami really Ziva. That which she doesn't determine during days which is suitable for Zivas, Ksharasa in the Koidem, when she had Nida prior to this. Same nation, Nida, Ksharasa, because the Nida which came first. Does Musulekas Damim Kudav Yom Shemei Ziva. So then, for the next 11 days, we assume she's Musulekas Damim. She doesn't have blood, meaning blood of Nida. I'll say Shani Manisha now, that's what Mishnah says. Kol Yubav Yom, Cheskas Tara, all 11 days she's assumed to be Tar from Nida. If you made Ziva Shane Lefi Acheshen, may Nida with Ziva. But days of Ziva, which are in the Cheshvan from the days of Nida and Ziva, and she didn't see Nida at that time, she certainly established a cycle during that time. Pisim Torah Kushis Ramban de Chabaz Veses. Basically, also, according to this, Ramban is resolved. How she established a Veses 22 days to Riyah. Kushis Achonim Akvias Veses. And also the question according to setting the cycle, versus Hachodesh, the monthly cycle of Turin. Came Shlo so now Nida we call them. She didn't see the Nida blood we had ahead of time. Sharpiko was versus. So she can't set the verses during those Meziva. The bar was out to Shmaya, and that's clear. If I was a good boy, I would go back and look at the Ramban's question again and try and figure out exactly how to answer the Ramban's question, but this is so weit from Lamaisa that I'm not going to do that now. And so you want to do that? Be my guest. Chavdal, the second preface. Liyasha was sugya is to resolve the sugya of a woman who gets confused and makes a mistake. Which is one of the most difficult sugyas for me in Shas because it is all arithmetic and I can't stand arithmetic. Okay? So, whatever I learned, I just gloss over it. I'd be honest with you. They call it related the Vestas Aguf who vested with Neatzim. All the Rishonim know that a cycle which has to do with bodily phenomena is a cycle in and of itself. The Vesti Yomi Vesti Neatzim and the cycle which has to do with the calendar is a cycle unto itself. So much the Bible Simon Kupe test I'm going to see. I ain't shum. Avaraman related Ein Vesti Yomi below Vesti Aguf. The Rambam said they are not separate. The cycle based on days is not separate from the cycle based on bodily phenomena. He says, the beginning of Berachas, the woman has a cycle, the woman doesn't have a cycle. She doesn't feel anything until the blood comes out. The one who has a cycle has a specific day. Before the blood comes, she feels herself yawning and sneezing from below, not on top. He says the bodily function, the bodily phenomena of Vesses is linked to the calendar Vesses. The Vesses of Yomim. Ava comfort Bishop Shem Shtei Vesses Chalukos. Yes, it's about Magid, maybe, but they have all the other portions learned differently. They say that there are two separate types of vessels. Vesses Yomim, Vesses Yomim doing. Vesses of the calendar, vesses of the body without the specific known dates or days. I can't show. Kafei, Minei Rambam, Kasa Perkvav Din Dalet. Rambam writes, so called Mimei Isha, all days of a woman's life. Yom She Kvala vesses on the day she fixes herself a cycle. Until she dies. Until she uproots the cycle for one Yom Acher, for another day. She starts a different cycle. Tispa Shiva Chulei. Not sure what he does with menopause here, but he counts always 7 days, and then 11 days, etc. Needs to be said. This comes out. The best is Rosh Chodesh Nisan. Woman has a cycle on Rosh Chodesh Nisan. Is best Yom Acher. It means Rosh Chodesh. I don't know Rosh Chodesh Nisan means it's not a cycle. Anyway, then her vessel changed another day. Prior to changing the new cycle, she had a bodily phenomena cycle. Nishtana Vesta. Then, no, it's if she had a bodily phenomena according to the new cycle, then her Vesta changed. It's no longer Rosh Chodesh. But in loyal Vesta Gufa, no bodily phenomena accompanied the change in date. Nope. Which is a tremendous chiddush because none of the other Mepharshim hold that way. No, everybody else holds Vesses, calendar Vesses is independent of bodily Vesses and never the Shwein Shamit. According to the Arukh HaShulchan, the Rambam is a tremendous chiddush that you can't uproot a calendar Vesses without uprooting the linked bodily Vesses. But she goes still according to the original cycle. But the blood she saw on a different day. It's a shiny basis on Mikarama. It's not a change cycle, it's just a coincidence. But Takshov, and she has to reckon then, if it's in the days of Nida, it may have Vesis Harishon, Hare, in other words, it's the days of Nida, from the first Vesis, Hare Nida, and she's in Nida now. Maybe Ziva, may Vesis Harishon, in the days of Ziva, from the Vesis, counting from the first cycle. Hare Zava, now she's a Zava. Chava, that's a tremendous assumption. But according to this assumption, Rosh says everything works out hunky dory. That which it says Erchin works out well. There has to do with determining a established cycle, set cycle. She 4 or 5 days. She doesn't know which day actually she is now. That's why she's Toa. But all the blood she saw in the 4 or 5 days, it's all one type of blood. Because she didn't have a different best of goof in the middle of the days. So then she saw 4 days. Then she definitely can reset on the 16th day. Because even the 3 days are Ziva days. And the 4th day is a Nida day. Nevertheless, the vessels, the cycle does not start on the 4th day. Nitzach, the Natsrich Yamin that we should require 17 days. Since before the 4th day, loyal of SS, the goof. So it didn't change. Okay, so do in all these days. The Bora B'Siyate the Shmaya. Very clear to Arukh HaShulchan. The brackets it says, Yesh the Siyua, the Shita in Dafnudal. There's also evidence for this Shita from Dafnudal, with those estimated does only Chule. Taste difficulty with that sugya. Mari B'Zava Ktana, so about a minor Zava, Rama, Shad B'Shitas. Quran works out well, and without seeing inside, we have no idea what he's saying. Mashikshu, Miyadik Tanyasna, which he asked now, which it says there, Mishameshes Revia Yamea. She can go to the mikveh. She can have relations a quarter of her days. Mikav Ches Yom. After 18 days of 28 days elapsed, she can have she can have 1/4 of the time for the rest of her life. She can have relations. Vayishol Rama, it's when the Rama already resolved this. Because of Rav Magi Perek Zayin, began with Afidal. This Chazisi mi Mayan Sosum Asi Shapir. She also when she sees from a closed fountain, in other words, without a preceding phenomena, it goes very simply according to Shita. I guess he means that unless we have bodily function, we assume that it's closed and not it's a closed opening, a closed source, and won't be to determine of S's, I guess. So it comes out according to the Dor Raisa. Anila Shua Saddam Koshim, Anila saw all blood all 7 days of Nila. It says Shamish Below Shmini. She had to go to the mikvah at the night of the 8th day. She have relations. Now they say after she goes to mikvah. Zavaktana, a minor Zavash Yom Echad Tohar v'Tavelas. She waits 1 clean day and she toivels. The Zavakadoilo, so very she was Yom Nikim v'Tavelas. Zavakadoilo count 7 major Zava 7 days and she goes to mikvah. But then she can have relations on the eve of the 8th. On the 8th. Vein says, in each Nida period, there's 11 days. During those 11 days, one is over 2 days. Major is over 3 days. 3 days, one after another. It's interruption. Goes to also talking about Yom. She saw within those 11 days, Yom Av, Yom Beis, 1 and 2, Yom Shlish Shalosa, not 3, Yom Revi Rasa, and the 4th day she saw, and Zavaktan, she still needs Zavaktan, being Shlosh Yom Kestijan, 3 days in a row. She wrote Yom Echad, everything she sees in 1 day, and it's only like 1 Re'ah. Zafresh Ben Zav Lazava. That's between a Zav and a Zava. That's Zav time is Shlosh Re'ah, so Yom Echad. A male Zav becomes a Zav, 3 Re'ahs even in 1 day. And as a Zav Gomer becomes an absolute Zav. The Zava is only a time on 3 days. Not in 3 Rios in 1 day, or over 2 days. The Bezok sees those together to Masa Bezova. By Zova says this will be his tomb in the Ziva, Rob Zovo, or Chim Zovo, if he has an emission, which in his flesh, or he has some sort of sealage. I don't exactly translate that. On his flesh, because the pasuk is talking about 3 reals, looks yomim, not days. Says many days. Because of the reals, the Zava has to do with seeing the sightings, whereas the Zava has to do with yomim. The Gama Zava Tami B'Yom Zava also Tami for over the course of days, like a Zava for 7 days. You can see, like it says, Zava Zavo Zorachon Rekeva. Zava Rekeva, they both are 7 days. Aviv Cholo, and not vice versa. Shebezov Ksiv Zos. Mashim Yuti Zos V'lo Acheres. Actually, I'm sorry. Kama Zava Tami B'Yom Zava, that means 7 days. It means 3 days. Now, 3 Rios or 3 days. In other words, if he sees over the course of 3 days, even if it's 1 long Rio, he's still in the Tami, like a Zava. Because Makir Zava Rekeva. Aviv Cholo, but not the other way. Sheharei b'zov ksiba b'zov. It says b'zos. This is unique to him. Mashuth zos lo acheres. Not another way. Finally, she'ena zov matama b'riyos yamim. A woman is not matama by sightings, but by seeing, but by days. By the way, just off a bit of tangent, this is an halach of zav is an afkamina also. The zav can only go to mikvah in Mayim Chaim in the spring. As opposed to zav should go to a regular mikvah. That's an afkamina for people who I do not endorse. I actually reject the people who go up on Har Bayis b'zman hazeh. I think it's not a good practice for several reasons. But people do go up on Har Bayis, they have to make sure to be neither a zav nor a zav, neither a zav nor a zav. So they have to make sure to have that they didn't have such sightings, and they go to mikvah Mayim Chaim, and they can't before they go to the Har Bayis. But okay, that's not for now. Kafche. So he should show us a dam so b'shov shibani. That's a woman who saw blood. I didn't notice this at first, but during the Chav Zayin, I noticed too. But as we're going to the end, we shifted gears. We went back from the Rambam to general information. And now we're certainly back to general information. The woman who saw blood at the end of the seventh day of Renita in twilight. Yud. So she says between 7 and 8, and then she saw 9 and 10. I raised the suffix Zava. She says doubtful Zava. The Shemari Yorishon Shmini Asa, because maybe the first time she saw was on the 8th day already. So she saw 8, 9, 10. The Tisha Yud Mimezi Basim, she saw 9 and 10. Sophia Mirav, and in the end of 11. Ben Hashmashos in twilight, Rosh Shlishes. Then she saw his third time. I read the Gangi Savik Zava. She's a Savik Zava. The Shemar Yoshlishes. Haisab Yomirav, because maybe the third time she saw was on the 11th day. So it's 9, 10, 11. The Tov can make Ziva. So during the days of Ziva. The Savik Zava Dina Kazava Vadois. Tuma Vatil Valam. Of course, it's a Savik the rice of the Chumrah. So even though she's just a Savik, it's saying like being a Vadai Zava, that she's tummy and she has to go to the mikveh before having relations. For a korban, being a suffix. A korban she can't bring because it's a suffix. No, we don't make over this anyway, obviously, but the time based on Mikdash Shayachan. Val Kolze Mevia korban. Nevertheless, she does bring a korban. I should say does bring korban, but it's called chatas haba suffix and chatas nechelas, and that chatas is not eaten. Which because the Rambam Perek Yud Avmi V'chus Kabara Ayin Sham. Chavtes. V'chein kol isha shetas of leida eis vesta, a woman who has become confused and doesn't know the time of her cycle. V'edas beis yomi yomer, she doesn't know where in her cycle she is. Yimei nidos, yimei zivos, days of nida, days of siva, v'rosanam, she sees blood. Choshes kol choshes din savik zava. She has to be machner on all starting. Like the suffix zava. V'imrasi yomecho, so 1 or 2 days. Yosheves kashim shiva, shem nida, she has to finish all 7 days, because maybe she's nida. Once a Shloshim sees 3 days, Yoshev Shimnikim says it's 7 days, 7 clean days. Maybe Ziva ves because maybe she does Ziva. In case of only they tikkun, how can she get fixed up? She must say may nida may Ziva to know when her days of nida, when the days of Ziva says there are as I should have called Mishnah Derechim ain't Pesach b'Torah Pachos Mishiva Yosef Yud Zayin. To get reconciled, it's no less than 7 days and no more than 17 days. Pesach Perusho, Pesach, this opening means that she can come to know exactly whether she's a Nida or a Zava. She's Barsi Tishma, as Arukh HaShulchan is going to explain at length in the next 2 Seifim, arithmetic. But fortunately, not now.